What's up guys? So I always get asked in my videos what kind of websites I'm using, so I thought it would be a good idea to just make a video about the two websites that I use a lot in my videos, or in general that any Pokemon Unite player, should make use of. First one we have UniteDB, and the second one we have UniteAPI.dev. So let's talk about UniteDB first. This website has a lot of information on it, and a lot of nice things as well. This is where I make my builds. This is where you can also have, which take on, you can make your own emblem sets. Much easier. So for the first thing, we have all Pokemon right here, and if you click on one Pokemon, you can already see there's a lot of things you can read. And it's just very useful for understanding how many stats a Pokemon have. We have a level slider right here, which means we can see how much more HP, attack, at what level we get crit rate, at what level do we get lifesteal. We're just using the slider right here. So very useful already. You can just slide it around and we can see, at what level we gain what. And then the best thing about this website is we have a lot of smart people who figured out the scalings of how much, so a move has two ways of dealing damage. First one, it has base damage. It will always do this amount of damage. And the second part, it also does damage based on your attack. And this is where you can figure out if attack rate is kind of good on a Pokemon or not. Because this is attack rate damage right here. So if we have a fully stacked attack rate, right, let's say it's like 60, then our second hit of this Night Slash will do 60 more damage, since we have 100% attack. And this is kind of how you can figure out how much attack rate can do. So let's go for Lucario, example, who's one of the best attack rate Pokemon as well. We can see Extreme Speed has a 200% scaling, which means that if you get your 6 stacks early on, you do a crazy amount of more damage, right? Thanks to attack rate. So this out has a low cooldown, it does AoE damage, and this is why attack rate is so strong. Power Punch as well, you can see 380% of your attack damage goes into this as well. You can also do this right here. We can see exactly how much damage it does per level. Of course, we can't put in attack rate here. That would actually be nice if they could allow us to, put a fully stacked attack rate somewhere into these stats. Maybe that's something I could mention to them. That would be quite cool to see exactly how much more damage it does, with an attack rate. That would actually be quite interesting. So yeah, this right here you can go to any Pokemon. It's also easy to see now. You can see this is special attack. So you can see this Pokemon is purely based on special attack. The more special attack you have, the more damage these things do. And it's just very useful. And this is how you can figure out builds. You can look at cooldown as well. You can see exactly the cooldowns of every Pokemon. You can see if they create cooldown reduction, lifesteal, crit hit rate at any levels. And also some instant, like some other nodes. Only auto attacks can critically strike. Talonflame critical hit rate increase at level 5 and 9. So those things are very nice because certain people don't even know that Sylveon gets Spell Vamp. So at level 7, Sylveon gains 12.5 Spell Vamp, restore HP when dealing special attack damage. And so a lot of people probably do not know that. So there's a lot of things. Same for Gengar. I mean, I think Gengar is probably more, known, but same for Gengar. At level 5, he gains 12.5% Spell Vamp. So very useful to know. You can check every Pokemon. You can read their passives, their boosted auto attacks, and so on and so on. The next we have the stats as well, in case you want to compare Pokemon. Here we can see the different attack speed values of every Pokemon as well. We can see who has the highest defense stats. In this fact, it's actually Blastoise on level 15. But yeah, so very cool. But you can see actually it's only late game. And special attack as well. And Ninetales is actually the highest special attack Pokemon right now. And we can see which Pokemon have the highest crit rate. So you see, this is why, Scope Lens and stuff is so good on these Pokemon. They all have 30% baseline crit rate. Then the tier list, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily recommend their tier list. It is very stat-based, but yeah, I wouldn't read too much into this. Then we have builds. This is the thing I use a lot in my videos, right? You guys probably have seen this before. This is how you can share builds to your friends as well. In case you want to make a build for your friend, you just click right here, click whatever Pokemon you want, and then you can choose a path as well in case you want to, and then you can just select the moves right here. Bam, Shadow Ball, and then we put in triple glasses. Right here, we can also, have a slider right here, and you can see how much special attack we actually gain from this as well. How much extra special attack we have on level 1 and level 30. I'm gonna put all these things in, but again, we sadly can't put in, fully stacked things. And then we have this right here, and then you can just copy the link, share it to your friends, and they can, instantly have the build without having to look somewhere else. Then we have items as well, which is very useful because a lot of people don't actually understand that how, some of these items work. They even have the cooldowns in right here. So for example, Rocky Helm, if we click on it, it actually shows us that we have a 2-second cooldown. So in case you don't know what the items exactly do, it's perfectly written all here. Same for Floatstone. So it only activates after 7 seconds out of combat, which is a lot of time, right? So that's why this item is kinda meh. 7 seconds in this game just is a long time. And stuff like scope lens. A lot of people don't actually know that scope lens has a passive. Yep, scope lens has a passive. Every time you crit on a 1 second cooldown, you do damage based on your attack stats. So I think a lot of people, this is when you look in your death recap, there's always the scope lens icon. That is the scope lens damage. This is nothing to do with this. This is just extra. And this is another stat scope lens has, and that's why it's also such a good item, you know, on Pokemon like Greninja, Cinderace, and so on in general. It's such a great item because it does a lot of hidden damage as well that people don't even realize. And focus band here, we can see the cooldown, and so on and so on. And Shell Bell as well. You can see 10 second cooldown here. I mean, we pretty much only play Shell Bell for this right now. This is the main reason Shell Bell is played. You know, CD reduction together with black emblems and energy MCD reduction just gives us a lot of cooldown. And you can see that this is actually quite bad. It gives us 75 healing plus 35 of a special attack on a 10 second cooldown. 10 second cooldown is absolutely just massive. And I'll come to one of my favorite parts now. They implemented an emblems build system. So we have all the emblems right here. So in case you want to make your emblem system, you can first go to this website. You can select silver, gold, bronze, whatever you want. You're gonna change right here. And then you can also put on, you know, you can theory craft a bit more. Want to have a brown build, you know, just put these in and you can see that we can exactly see what we get. And it's much, much faster, right? You just click it, bam, it's in. And if you want to have it gone, you just click on it again and it gets removed. So very wonderful in case you want to theory craft stuff before, you know, being, because I mean the UI system in the game, right, is very bad. And it takes ages to remove something, to look at stats. Right here, we just have to hover over it and we see exactly how much it does. We can sort by more things as well, instead of just one thing. So very, very useful. Very, very useful making your own builds and theory crafting more. We also have a map. Right here, in case you actually don't understand, you know, when stuff respawns. And I even explain beasts right here. Beasts are also a thing a lot of people don't know how they actually work. And they even have an explanation for the beast right here. Respawn at 720, or spawns at 850, respawn 720, 550, 420, 250, 120. And all 4 beasts have to be knocked out at these timestamps to respawn or otherwise are skipped. And also, these timings will be 10% sooner if the spawning in a forward position. I think I probably should make a video on the beasts one time again. It's a very weird thing how they spawn. And yeah, I still don't understand why that's a thing. But so as an example, if the beast spawns right here, like if this tower is down, right, or this goal is down, the beast will start spawning here, which means they will spawn 10 seconds earlier for some reason. And if they're always in the middle, if like both goals are destroyed, they always spawn at 720, 550, 420, 250, 120. But if this goal is down, and then it also takes 1 entire minute for the game to register that the goal has been down, they can spawn at 4:30 or 3 minutes here. So yeah, quite interesting. And then that's it. And that's actually one of the best things as well about this website. They have very nice patch notes. They try to figure everything out. It always takes like around 1 day, but they have the exact numbers on what the patch actually was right here. // We can see how much the ratio got changed per level, the base damage, the hitbox got improved. We have ratio here. You know, you can see so many things that are actually useful. This is what I always wait for before I actually try to make a patch note video, because they try to figure everything out and make the math on it to understand like what exactly got nerfed and how much it got nerfed by. So very, very nice. If you want to have detailed patch notes, this is your way to go. This is the best way of reading the patch notes for the game. But again, it always takes around 1 day after patch is released, so always gonna wait a bit. But still, it doesn't matter what. Very useful. So that's our first website, uniteb.com. You can see it up here. Thumbs up. One of the best websites for the game. And the second one, we have uniteapi.dev, which is also a very nice website. We can see our entire match history back to 7 pages as well. We can click on any game that we played. We can see all the stats. We can see what abilities Pokemon played, our KA, our scores, our damage done. And we can even click on our allies and enemies and check out their profiles. We can see all the head items I currently have selected. These are currently my head item builds on these Pokemon that I'm trying, or that I had, you know, on for the last game I played these. And we can click on any ally. Let's say, example, this guy right here. And we go to his profile. And we can see what he plays, which can be sometimes a bit spooky, because there are certain people that have very interesting head item builds. And it can sometimes be very, very frustrating to look at. But that's one of the features, so you can always look at your profile. You can look at your favorite, I don't know, let's say we go to rankings. I don't have any names right now, but I assume someone's going to be up here I can click on. Let's see Nudo, he's a very popular Absol player. You can click on him. We can see what he currently plays in his 5 stacks. We can see his add item builds. This website does take a bit of time sometimes to load, as you can see. Just gotta be patient. And he currently plays Scope, Attack Weight, and Razor Claw, and Absol with an X attack, at least the last time. And currently he's spamming Serena. So very cool. You can just see it instantly right here. We can see who he played with as well. We can see if it was, if they played as 3, 4, or 5. And that's not the only thing this website also has to offer. We also have a win rate page. Of course, win rates in this game are always a bit, not very accurate, but it gives us a good estimate on how the meta is and how Pokemon feel, right? And we can see at least the pick rate is very interesting. Blissey's currently in 33% of the games, just picked so much. And we can see currently, actually I'm in the way. I'm just gonna disappear for a second. Mr. Mime, currently the lowest pick Pokemon at 2.91%, followed by Garchomp 3.78. So yeah, poor Mr. Mime, but I still like Mr. Mime a lot. And we can see win rates right here. Win rate in the last week. Kreml is currently first. And last we have Talonflame. And then we can also click on each Pokemon to see certain win rates of each build. So right here we can see Giga Drain Petadance is the highest win rate Venusaur build. Currently with Full Heal has the highest win rate and highest pick rate. And then, Sludge Bomb, Solar Beam, and Giga Drain Solar Beam have around the same. And depending on head items, it also changes a bit. So it's very, very cool. Very cool page to have some stats, but again, you always have to take everything with a grain of salt. It's nothing necessarily too accurate, but yeah, very, very cool website, very, very useful. Also have a database right here in case you want to see some more things. Here as well, again, we see all of these things and emblems, but again, UniteDB has the same as well, but they have a bit of better emblem system. Unite API I mainly use for this and for my profile. Right, again, right here. Always make sure you type in the right capitalization, otherwise you won't find your account. Type in CrisHeroes, I go here and I have my match history right here. So very, very cool. You can see what videos might be coming up. You can always get a sneak peek of what I might be planning. And yeah, so I can click on something like this and we can see head items of certain players, which is very, very cool. But again, website does take long. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will obviously link those two websites in the description and in the comments. And I hope this video was useful, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!